With sales, I think one of the most common beliefs about sales, there's like a general of like it's disingenuous, right? Like advertising is disingenuous, sales is disingenuous, used car salesmen, like these are archetypes, right? That we grow up thinking about. And so I think belief in the product is something that almost sounds like foreign or of like a different time, right? Like in the 50s they believed in the product and like now they don't anymore, everyone's jaded or whatever. I'm asking this because how important is it to you to if you were talking to, younger sales professionals who are just getting into it, how important is it to find a product or a company that you actually believe in?
This is a great question. So first, I would flip your premise. I actually think if you go back to the 1950s, was probably the time where sales was the most full of crap. There was very limited information that people had, and you wouldn't even know about a product or have any way to compare prices on anything or get any other information other than the salesman that shows up at your door. And so that salesman, and by the way, that salesman leaves and you never see that person again, can't find that person again, can't write a review for that person. So like that salesperson is like, hey, I'm going to say whatever I need to say to get this done today, and there's no repercussions for me or my company or anything else, right? So it was the height of actually people being full of crap in terms of sales. And that's actually why salespeople have this reputation. It's real. Now we live in a very different world, right? If you want to compare the price on anything, how long does it take you? 4 seconds. If you want to see how well a company is being received, 4 more seconds. You want to see how well that individual salesperson is being received if you're in the mortgage industry, 4 more seconds, right? And so there's not only has there never been a time where in order to succeed in sales, you have to be doing things the right way. But there's never been a more time where it was more advantageous to have a product that you really believed in and to be able to deliver value on a regular basis to your clients. And so that full of crap salesperson, I don't know that guy anymore, especially not in the mortgage industry, right? You'll have some people who will overpromise and underdeliver, who are bad at execution, bad at communication, but it's not like anyone out there is able to say anymore, at least not in any sort of mass way, like, we're going to give you this and then not deliver on that because you'll get exposed, right? And so there's nowhere to hide in the same way that there used to be. And I think that's true about a lot of sales. Now, I also think that just generally, most people want to feel like they're doing the right thing, right? And when I've worked in call centers, I've trained a lot of people right out of school to be salespeople. I've met very few of them that were able to like disconnect. I don't think this is the right thing for somebody, and I'm going to sell it to them anyway. It's kind of a unique skill set that's developed over time, or a cynicism that comes from like, I don't know, not a normal growing up in this world time period, right? Most of the salespeople I know, like, listen, will some people have a different level of different things? Sure. But generally people want to feel like they're selling something that's great. If you want to be great at sales, right, you have to believe in your product. You have to believe that you're providing a value to that other person for most people. And so for me in particular, if I don't believe in what I'm doing, I'm just not going to do it, right? And it's not going to feel good to me. Conversely, once I do think that I have the best product for somebody, or I think this is the best job for somebody, I can be really convincing because I think everybody sees my passion, they see the authenticity. And so for me, it was a no-brainer. It was like, if I could, when I was looking for that next sales job, it was like, if I can find something that is actually helping people, I would crush it. And it's so funny to say that because I got into the subprime mortgage industry, which I think had a really bad rap, for a lot of really good reasons. But for me, in my seat, in my company, it was very much like, these people needed help. I had a way to help them, and every single person I did a loan for was in a better situation afterwards than they were before. Did some of those people not do the right thing after we got those loans? Did they blow themselves up? Yeah, I saw horror stories. There are people I followed up with years later to do a refinance for them, and they'd gone late, gotten foreclosed on. It wasn't everybody, but there were some. There were just as many people, though, that I followed up with that went back to the conversation I had with them and said, not only did you save me in the moment, but that conversation about how to budget myself moving forward, or how to pay my bills differently, or how to think about my finances led to future success. And so you get a couple of those conversations and you're like, wow, like there's real meaning in what I'm doing here. And then you find a real passion for it, a different way you can start telling those stories, and it kind of expands from there.